Almost done. We are with the compound sentences. We got two examples in here for you to clearly understand how we do the diagramming for compound sentences. So let's begin now. The first thing that you have to do is to make a diagram from the first independent clause. Since our compound sentence or sentences are composed of two independent clause separated by a coordinating conjunction, you always have to start with the first one. And the first one here is this. So let's begin with this one. Okay, we will have here straight line. We need to know the subject. So I is the subject. Have chosen is our verb. Okay, so we have here career. So I think you already knew that career here is an object. So we will put career in here. Career. Okay, so I have chosen career. Now, do we need adjective in here? Do we need diagonal line here? Not at all, because there's no word or nothing describes I here. Okay, but how about with the word have chosen? So do we need an adverb in here? Yes, we need an adverb because we had here already. So we have to put here already. Okay, so we got already here. How about for a career? So we got article a in here for generalization. Okay, so we have a. So diagonal. So this is the first one, and this is how it will look like. Okay, so really simple, right? Now you go to the next. He hasn't thought about it. Okay, so how? Same thing. We are just going to draw this, then put the subject. So the subject is he, then has thought. Okay, so that's has thought about it. So we got object in here, which is eat. Okay, so continuation. Now, I hope you understand that. Okay, so do we have something that describes he? None. Okay, how about has thought? Is there anything? Yes, we have not. That's an adverb, right? Now, how about for eat? Mhm. Is there anything? Okay, so now take a look at the second independent clause in there. Do you think there's something wrong with that, like what we did earlier, right? So try to find the error or the mistake in here if there is. If you cannot find one, then you have to look um, carefully, okay? So look carefully. We have here the words about it. Hmm. And we have the word about. We said about is a preposition. Then we got it in here. So we added object of the preposition. So it means we got here prepositional phrase. It means it here must not be written here since object of the preposition and of course the preposition itself can't be in the line or in line with the subject and the verb. So what are we going to do with this one now? How do you think we'll be able to correct this? So try to challenge yourself. We did this one earlier on how we could deal with the prepositional phrase that function as an adverb. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. Let's erase this one so that you would be able to see this. That's quite amazing, right? So in this, it's like we are really having a discussion. So you really have to be attentive. I will not really give you all the correct answers, so you have to think about it. Okay, so I bet you just follow and then keep things in mind, but you don't really analyze it. So try to analyze. This is the key to success. just kidding, of course. Okay, so just be attentive. Okay, so let's draw the line. We already said here the subject is he, and of course the verb is has thought. Okay, so we have here diagonal line because we said not here is an adverb pertaining to thought. Then we got prepositional phrase in here. We said that when we have prepositional phrase, we have to draw diagonal line and a straight line connected to the diagonal line. We write here about because that is the preposition. And of course, the noun or the pronoun can be written in here. Okay, so he has not thought about it. Or if you want it to be clearer, then we just have to make it this way. So you would see the connection of the word or the organization of the word. Okay, so let's put the line here again. So if you think you want to put it here, the word not, so you could say he has not thought about it. Okay, so the flow of the diagram or the sentence is way much better if you do it this way. So similarly with this one, I have already chosen a career. Okay, so amazing, right? Now, how are we going to put the but here or the coordinating conjunctions or coordinating conjunction? Why is there S there? Okay, so coordinating conjunction. All you have to do is to, actually it should be moved in here so that you could see it clearly, but we don't have enough space for that. So just have to draw again a broken line, then a straight line here, then a broken line again, connecting to this one. It should look like this. This is the first sentence, then straight line, then this is the second one. Okay, so it will look like this. It's just so happen that we don't have space in here, but you just have to put here the word but. And that's how you do the compound sentence. Isn't it amazing? For the complex sentence, it's not like this. You cannot just draw a broken line and straight line here. You put, of course, the coordinating conjunction and then broken line again. It's not like that. But how do we do that? We'll go to complex sentence later. We just have to accomplish this first. Let's see if you really understood what we have in here. Again, the first thing that you have to do is to make a diagram for the first independent clause. Then after that, you make for the second independent clause. Okay? Then you connect them with the broken line straight, then broken line again. Okay? So the pattern will be like this. So let's see if we can do this one in the next sentence or with the next sentence. Okay? It's raising time. Wow, it's like we are really in a class, right? The only problem is you cannot ask directly. How unfortunate, okay? Again, you can message me anytime, but not anywhere. Because maybe sometimes, I'm in the washroom and doing something really convenient. So you cannot disturb me there. Okay, so what am I talking about? That's super duper crazy. Okay, we are almost done here. You don't have to worry if I erase this because, or if I erase this rather, because it's a video. So you can always go back to it. Okay, now we have a clear view of it. So let's draw. The first one, let's make it smaller so that we could fit all of them. So she, very simple. She, so make it capital since this is the beginning of it. Capital. She was is our verb. Then she was very hungry. Hmm. Do we have here predicate nominative? None. Do we have here something that describes her or her feelings? Then, if we do, you put here diagonal line, then you write the word that you think describes the feeling of the subject. So, she was hungry. Now we have very here, so very will go under what? Was or hungry. So since this one is an adjective and this is an adverb, so we will put this one under hungry. It simply means that this one describes the word hungry. So very hungry. She was very hungry. Okay, so of course you can put it here if you want, so you could see it clearly. It's just that it's really hard to control my mouse because I'm using mouse in here. I'm not really into high technology. I'm still using the old one. So excuse me. So she was very hungry. So it's really easy, right? Okay, now we accomplish this. So we go to the next one. She ate the whole cake. So let's make another. This is what I was talking about. She ate the whole cake. Do we have here something that describes or give another name for the subject? If none, then we cannot use diagonal line. Do we have here an object? Yes, we do. So we have here cake. So cake is the object in here. Now we have more words here. So the and the whole. So does it describe eight? No. They both describe cake. So now it's not also preposition plus object of the preposition because we don't have preposition in here. So we'll just have here diagonal line. So she ate cake. So she ate the whole cake. Okay, now what are we going to do next? We will draw our broken line, straight line, and broken line again. We will put here so. It means this is our coordinating conjunctions. As simple as that. Coordinating conjunction only. My gosh, why do I have to put S all the time? What do you think? Okay, so that's it. Now let's go to the complex sentence. Here we go. So I think you can read it. Complex sentence. We got two. So for you to understand it better, so we have two examples for you. I had traumatic accident when I was a child. Jenny prepares dinner while I take a shower. Okay, so I guess you already knew that we have here subordinating conjunctions separating, of course, our dependent and independent clause. Okay, so now let's try it. So what's the difference of this one to the compound one when it comes to sentence diagramming? Let's find out. Okay, so let's begin. Let's start as what we did with the compound sentence. We will start first with the first one, whether it's dependent or independent, then it's up to okay, it depends on the structure of the sentence. If you have started with independent, then you may start with independent. If you have started with dependent, then you may start with dependent. So it's up to you. Anyways, or either ways, you will be using the same subordinating conjunction. Okay, so let's try it. I had traumatic accident. So let's put this one in diagram. So I is the subject. Nothing describes I. Nothing gives name to I in here. So we have here I. Had is our verb. And do we have something that describe here or give name, another name for our subject? So traumatic accident. Hmm. So is it um, a direct object or an object, or maybe it is a predicate nominative or predicate adjective. What do you think? The word accident. Okay, so if you would say that this is an object, then we will write here, of course, this one. Okay, so the straight line here. Then what happens next? We write, of course, the word accident. Accident, accident. This is not really good if you have, of course, traumatic. So does traumatic describe the word accident or had? So if it describes, of course, traumatic or accident rather, then you put diagonal, then write traumatic. Traumatic. Okay, so that's it. We got the first one in here. Then how about the second one? I was a child. So we put here this, then I was, then child. Since child here doesn't describe was, it doesn't also describe I. So what do you think? So I was a child. So do you think this one is correct? Do we have to use here this kind of line, the straight line, or we have to use diagonal line? So we need to identify what the function of child here is when I was a child. Does this one give another name for I? Yeah, think about it. Hmm. If you think that this one really um doesn't pertain to the subject, then this one is correct. But if you think that this one is giving another name for the subject, then that could be probably true. Now, for you to identify whether this one is an object or it is a predicate nominative, all you have to do is to ask question what. Okay, so if the answer to the question what is this word, then it simply means that this is an object. So I'll give you an example. Okay, I eat spaghetti. So what do I eat? Spaghetti. So that's the answer to the question, what? Spaghetti. So that's an object. Now, if you would ask question in here, what was I? What was I? So that's kind of crazy if the answer is child, because the answer there can be what was I? Maybe you were a monster or something else. But this one was pertaining to another you, okay, when you were still, of course, younger. Okay, so it's giving another name for I. So if that's the case, then it will function as a predicate nominative. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so if that's the case, let's erase this one. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's draw a line here, then make this one. So I was a child. Okay, so when I was a child, so we put here diagonal a child. Okay, so when I was a child. All right, so that's now our sentence. Now, this is how it should look like. Okay, so if we have this, and we have another one here. We have the first clause and the second clause here. It will be like this. Choo, 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 choo. Like that, okay? So how? Okay, so can I move this one in here so that it will be much clearer? Okay, so let's just copy it. So you could see it clearly. I had accident. Then we have diagonal line here, traumatic. Make it longer. Then we have another one. I was child, then diagonal. Up. What is the missing word here? The missing word is our conjunction, right? So our subordinating conjunction. Which subordinating conjunction are we missing? Here, when. So you will just write here, when. Okay, so you just have to draw here a what? A broken line. So draw a broken line and then you're good. So it's just you have to connect them. So that's it. It means that this is the connector that you use for these sentence. Okay, so I had accident, traumatic, then when, broken line, I was child, a child. So I hope it's clear. So let's do the second one so that you will be able to see this one and understand it far way better. Erase, 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 erase. It's taking a long time, right? So, okay, because I might erase also the sentence, so I need to be very careful. Okay, so I think that's okay. Now, let's do this. Excuse me. Jenny prepares dinner while I take a shower. So let's make this one. Jenny is the subject. Prepares is the object. Object, sorry, it's the verb. Okay, so prepares. Oh, what's going on? So now prepares dinner. So what is dinner in here? So is dinner an object, or this one is a subject, or it is a complement, or it's a predicate nominative, or maybe it's an adverb? Does it describe the word prepare? Does it describe Jenny? If not, then we have to put this. Okay, so Jenny prepares dinner. Put here dinner. Hey, nothing describes dinner in here, so it's really simple, right? So now we go to the next line. So while I take a shower, so the subject here is I, the verb is take, and of course, shower should be a what? Take a shower. What do you think? So how are we going to do this one? Do we have to include a shower here, or we have to put it in here? Does it describe our take? I take a shower, take. So what do you think? Okay, so since this one, to take a shower is from an expression, so this is one whole verb, so we just have to put them together. So take a shower. Okay, so what are we going to do? So we're just going to put here, of course, our broken line, diagonal broken line, then we write the word while. So that's it. We have the complex sentence. Okay, so I take a shower. So, sir, how about this? Don't you think that shower is a noun here? Now, if that will be a noun, then it means that it will become an object, right? So I shower. So I shower, so it sounded like a verb too. So this one is just one verb. So it functions as one verb. Okay? So I take a shower. So Jenny prepares dinner while I take a shower. So I hope you understand how to do sentence diagramming. We'll not go further anymore to the compound complex sentences because we don't really recommend students or we don't really recommend people from having complex or compound complex sentences because they are quite confusing to the listeners and of course to the speakers themselves. Okay, so and of course too many words in just one sentence or too many clauses in one sentence is not very advisable, whether it's speaking or writing. Mm, okay, so that's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. If you have any questions, if you have any clarification or anything that I can do for you, then all you have to do is to send me a message. Okay, so you know where to call me. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day. Goodbye.